the TV. The TV's looking.
The TV's kind of where
what happened.
mental.
Something hit the fucking TV.
That's okay. Mentally, I think.
Looks cool.
Mentally, I feel like the TV is kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, like a little broken, but ultimately still usable.
And punk. A little alt.
A little alt. I'm a little alt because I have dark hair.
Welcome back.
Well, oh my God, I've been on tour. I'm also going back on tour. I'm going to be in Foxborough, Massachusetts and Springfield, Massachusetts on June 5th and 6th. If you didn't get to see me in Boston, here's another chance. I'm super excited to do these shows. That's it. All right, now we'll do the podcast.
Yeah.
Good job. Plug it, Kristin. Sign up for my mailing list at KristinChirico.com. That's where I talk about tour dates, and also it's how I can tell people, hey, I can book shows, whatever. Anyway, hello, I'm back from tour.
How was it?
It was awesome, and I'm really sad that I'm home.
Really?
Yes.
The post-tour blues.
Very sad. I'm very sad. And it's so funny because last week I was just like, can't wait to get home. I've been sleeping in weird places for 2 weeks. I've been on trains and buses, and I've been...
I have a question for you. Sorry to derail. What is your, like, when you're on tour, what's, like, the one thing that you have to have so that you can either like sleep or like have your bedtime routine? Do you have like something that you pack that you have to have on you?
You know, that's actually a good idea. I should come up with that. I should come up with something. I don't, when I'm on the road, it's like college. It really is just, it's like no rules. It's really just like, it really dysregulates me in the best way where I'm just, I mean, I had 2 nights last week where I just pulled all-nighters.
That's wild.
And one of them was because I was on a train all night, and one of them was because of my choices. One was choices based, and one was, I guess, also choices based, but more necessity.
Transportation
based. I know. And then I realized that like I could have taken a bus. And it would have taken less time and been cheaper than the train.
Really?
Yes.
How is that possible?
I'm big on buses now. I'm big on buses.
Interesting.
Because the bus is pretty inexpensive, and it's so much cheaper than renting a car.
Well, yeah.
I kind of realized on this route, this is interesting. This is like tour, this is just tour logistics. But like, I kind of thought like, oh, I'm gonna have to go rent a car in Detroit and then drive it all around the fucking Midwest, and it's gonna suck. I'm gonna be in the car, bleh. And then I was like, or I could take a bus, and then I could get a ride for my feature, and then I could take a train, and I could save like $400.
Wow. Yeah,
and then I found out that if I'd taken 2 buses, I would have saved like $450. I know.
Bus life though.
I know, but I don't mind. It's like, honestly, I rode a bus and like, yeah, like it wasn't like the most fun experience in the world, but it was more fun than the train. I can tell you that.
Really? Why?
So here's the thing I've learned about trains. Did you know, and I learned this, did you know that freight has a legal right-of-way over passengers on railways? So what that means is, if there's a big fucking train full of Daddy Jeff Bezos' goodies for all the boys and girls, and that train needs 45 motherfucking minutes to get through a bog in Illinois, you are gonna sit there in the bog, and no one's gonna tell you why you're in the bog. You're just gonna be in the bog. I know, isn't that wild? You basically just have to wait, and sometimes the train will go backwards. It'll go backwards for miles.
Shut up.
I was in a train that was going backwards, and I was just like, why don't I just fucking walk?
If I was in a train that was going backwards, I'd be like, fuck my life.
I literally was just like, no, and no one tells you anything.
No.
The thing about being on a plane is when something weird happens, usually someone comes over the intercom and is like, we're not gonna die, it's okay. Or like, hey, sit down, bitch. Like, you know, like something. Like there'll be some sort of like, hey, you experienced some sort of physical stimulus. How about we reassure your nervous system? On a train, it's like,
Our transportation system, our public transportation system in this country is like
fucked.
So bad.
Mommy yearns for the bullet train.
Yeah, I mean,
both figuratively and literally.
My mommy yearns for the bullet train. Yeah, and all of its vibrations and gyrations.
I want the bullet train so badly. I just like, I know when I found out like apparently like there is like a high speed rail on like the East Coast, but it's still like low speed, high speed. It's like You know how some IMAX screens are like...
It's also so expensive.
It's also expensive. But you know how some IMAX screens are not true IMAX screens?
Oh, no, I didn't know this.
Yeah, did you know there's not like a standard IMAX screen size?
But that's so bizarre because they have to film it in a certain way.
But like Aziz Ansari actually did a thing about this like 10 years ago where he was just like, IMAX screens are all over the place.
Wow.
I know, right? But it's the same thing with high-speed rail. Because like in East Asia, high-speed rail is like high-speed rail.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're getting on that bullet. Yeah, like you're getting on the train.
It's like that scene from Interstellar when he like falls into the black hole and he's like...
Yeah,
like,
but except in comfort and joy.
And no, it's so nice.
Because our high-speed rails, it's more expensive than a plane. And it takes more time. I don't...
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I'm a bus girl now. I know it seems weird, but like, I like taking the bus.
Do it, girl.
I like taking the bus. Anyway, should I tell tour stories that are not boring?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I learned a lot today that both bullet trains and IMAXs are the same. They are not all built equally, but continue with your tour
side
stories.
note, did you know that all ballparks aren't consistent either? So like the diamond itself is consistent. The diamond has to be like 90 feet between each thing. That's normal. But like the outfield, that's all different sizes. And, like there's no like consistent size for ballparks in America. It's because they're built in cities. So like basically like whatever block the fucking ballpark was built into, it just fills out the block.
Right. There's and zoning and all of that. It's different. It differs from each.
Dodger Stadium is like the biggest outfield like I want to say in America, which is why I think it's so bullshit that people are like, the Dodgers are they're the evil empire. It's like, hey, we play like we play all of our home games on the biggest outfield in America.
Yeah. Period.
Eat but also, shit, Giants fans.
But anyway, also, too, they probably have better, that means also, too, they're probably in better shape, right? Because they're having to run more.
Yeah, they are in better shape.
And their training's probably actually training them for... It's probably why they're actually so good now. Well, I mean, now they have the players.
It's because they spent a lot of money on really good players.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's be real. They're good because they spend...
I was thinking about all those years they weren't good, and I was like, well, that doesn't track.
I know.
Now it's going to be... Also, did you hear? Now it's the Uniqlo...
It's Uniqlo Stadium?
It's the Uniqlo field at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's a really interesting fact that I will not be integrating into my life. I love that. I love that for...
Insert page turn sound effect. And you were talking about tour stories.
I know. I'm sorry, we haven't talked in a while, okay? I have a lot to catch up on. First of all, did you know that IMAX screens aren't consistent?
We've missed each other so much. The fun facts are overloading.
I know. Okay. Anyway, okay. Well, okay. So this was my favorite leg. I won't tell like tour stories from the whole thing because it was mostly like
the Midwest was your favorite leg.
Yeah, it was my favorite leg. It was really fun. It was a good time.
And I think that surprised you, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Well, first of all, it was my favorite leg because it's a leg. It sold really well. It also
let's go Midwest.
It sold really well. The audiences were great. I mean, not as good as Boston. Boston still has my heart forever. Like that's the only place I've ever sold out shows. Actually, there are like obviously a few places I can't sell tickets, but what I'm learning is I can actually sell tickets in like a decent number of places. I didn't think that was true, but anyway, you know. We're not going to talk about the whole Midwest leg. We're just going to talk about my last 20 hours in Chicago.
Okay.
We're just going to talk about that because I think that is probably the only interesting part of this.
Okay.
So this is how this started. The last show of this leg was Chicago. And this story starts with me headlining the Laugh Factory and then immediately falling down the stairs. Because I think that whenever you tell a story where you're super cool, it's important to humble yourself a little bit first.
Yeah.
Like, look at this fucking bruise. Isn't that gnarly?
Damn.
It hurts so bad.
Oh, shit. It's look, he's still swollen.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my God.
That's because I did that and I was like, I'm going to go walk. I fell and then I pulled an all-nighter for no reason. Well, for some reason. Okay, I should preface this story by saying I'm not in trouble. I'm allowed to do all these things. Don't fucking get in my comments and being like, like fucking relax. So then after I fell down the stairs, bad. I had like such a bad burn on my palm. I had to hold a liquid death for like an hour. It was really bad. And so after I did that, I met someone who's a native comic in Chicago who's like a new friend of mine. I gotta back up. I'm sorry. So I'm in Chicago. I did like a couple spots. I'm like meeting a few comics, and like there is a comic in Chicago whose name I will not say, who I went to high school with. Who I was like whatever. I'm gonna tell a story the way that I know to tell a story. I don't have like ego problems. I'm gonna be fine. But like who I was like desperately in love with in high school, like very much so. And like here's the thing. I was not like a well-loved child. So like it was not my, whatever. But like, so like this guy's like a well-known Chicago comic. Like and like everyone knows him.
Yeah.
Like, and like literally every time I mention like, oh, I know this guy, they're like, oh yeah, everyone knows this guy. So my friend who's a native comic was just like, we could go down the street to the mic he's hosting. Like I bet he'd say hi. And I was just like, yeah, dude, I don't know. I was like, I haven't seen this man in like 20 years. I don't think he cares. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna show up and bother him at his mic, like that just feels rude and weird. Like,
I mean, the way that you're like, I wouldn't just show up. Like, mind you, if anyone did that to me, furious. Would I do it to someone else? Absolutely. No, you have respect.
I was just like, ugh, I don't want to. I was just kind of like,
let me preface. If it was a man, I'd do it because they're.
I just was
shameless.
like, I don't know I don't know, because it's like, listen, like this is not a man who gave me the time of day when I was like 17 years old.
Which is even more reason to show up.
No, but like it's like I don't know. I didn't. I kind of felt weird about it, and then but the thing is, I'd had like a drink by then because I was had been deeply humbled by the stares of the Laugh Factory. So I was just like, please make me a drink because I just showed everyone my underwear, and by everyone I mean every door guy on earth. Because like
what a great evening for them.
They all converged on me, and I was just like, can you go away? My skirt is over my head. So anyway, and he was like, my friend who's a native comic. He was like, his name is Damon. I will say his name. His name is Damon. He's awesome. What's up, buddy?
Your friend.
My friend.
Your friend. Not the one running the mic that you're in love with.
I'm only using the name. Well, as a child, we should preface this
as in high school.
As a child,
yeah, in high school.
2 decades ago.
Not now.
Let's be real clear.
We can cut it.
Oh, we're not gonna cut it.
Okay.
We're not cutting this. What's the point of?
All right, continue, bitch. Make me clarify. I'll cut it. Maybe not. Whatever. Okay, so your underwear is shown to the door, guys.
Anyway,
you're drinking.
So I've had like a drink, and then my friend Damon, who's a native comic, he was like, "Let's just go." And I was like, "You know what? Fine." He's like, "I'll DM him." And I was like, "Okay." So we get in a car. We get in a car, and we go to this mic. So here's the thing I'm learning in Chicago. I am like a Chicago 8, which is very weird. I don't think I realized this because like everywhere I go, everyone is really nice to me. And not just like nice to me, like, because of Midwest nice to me. Because I've lived in the Midwest. I understand what that looks like. Nice to me like in in the way that people are nice to people here. Like
I also feel like too, from what I've heard from the Chicago scene, like it's a lot like the camaraderie of the comics in Chicago.
For sure.
Because it's a colder city, like people are indoors, like there is a lot more like like the desire to make connection with one another. Not discounting that your experience at all. I'm just saying I think also too on top of that, like
no, for sure.
What feeds into that is what also is the fact that there is that like
for
change
sure.
in.
You're not wrong. But I definitely was just like, I mean, this is all the experiences leading up to that, where I was just like, oh my God. I was like, people are just talking to me who are like, it was very odd. Cause like, I feel like, here's the thing. In New York, you can be either like hot or famous. You only need to be one or the other, right? In LA, you have to be hot and famous.
Interesting.
Or else you're kind of invisible. And I don't think I realized how psychically damaging it has been to live in Los Angeles for 15 years.
Yeah.
Because I have just sort of accepted this like baseline level of being functionally sexually invisible. And having to just be useful. And like I've sort of accepted that. And like that's just sort of been like, okay, that's just the reality of the situation. I don't care. And then I went to Chicago and I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, I mean, LA is a very difficult place to
be ugly, yes. It's a very difficult place to be ugly. It is a very difficult place to be ugly.
It's a very superficial place.
It is.
In a lot of ways. And not just in terms of like vanity, but also like social currency, how people perceive you as being useful and therefore valuable. Like
yes, like I was saying like
money has a lot to do with it here too.
I mean, but I'm saying that like when I was in Chicago, like I was getting away with everything. Security guards were letting me bring beers into bars from other bars.
Wow.
Like, I was getting away with everything. Like, it was like,
I can't get away with that here.
dude, I know. I was like, what the fuck? We go to this mic. And honestly, I'm just kind of like, we'll say hi, we'll leave. Cause like, I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to be weird. I don't want to be like, I'm back and I'm still annoying. Cause like, no one wants that. You're right. Anyway, so I'm kind of hiding out in the back and I'm just like, we're going to say hi, we're going to leave. He sees me, he lights up like a house on fire. To the point where I looked behind me and I was like, is there someone, like, I was just like, who are you looking at?
Oh, wait, that's so sweet.
I know, right? I was just like,
Aww.
well, here's the thing I think we forget. I think that, like, because when we meet people as children, our brains are like, well, we all must still be acting like children, right? And it's like, no, we're adults now.
Yeah.
And adults act like adults. And I think sometimes it's hard to forget, especially when, like, so much of your feelings about, like, how people perceive you are, like, enmeshed in trauma and are enmeshed in pain. He was super nice. Like, we, like really nice. Like, we had, like, a really, like, a really super fun time. Like, closed down that bar. That bar closed at midnight. And then, security guard gave me a kiss on the neck on the way out, which was, like, crazy.
Damn.
Which was crazy.
That's bold. That's bold. That's a bold move in any continent, country, city. A kiss on the neck from a bouncer is wild.
Dude, I don't know what was in the air. I don't know if it was just like, I was just like, is it, I don't know. People just really wanted to talk to me a lot. It was very, and maybe because they're drinking. I don't know. But anyway, it was definitely, and it wasn't just that night. It was the night before too. I didn't pay for a single fucking drink. In Chicago. Like, I tip people a lot, but I didn't pay for, like, every time I sat down, it was either like a man who inexplicably found me attractive, or it was a gay man who knew who I was.
I mean, you get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow, then you rock out the show.
I don't know what song this is.
That's Hannah Montana.
Okay, all right. I forgot that you're younger than me, because I'm just like, what is that? Is that like an old German folktale song or something? What is it?
Correct. Yes, correct. The old hymn of Hannah Montana. From the hills of Montana, Germany. My father used to sing it to me.
My Persian father.
My Persian
father used to sing me German folk songs. Continue. So, like, I'm talking to this man, and, like, I think, like, I realize that, like, it's so funny that people think that I don't like men, because I do spend a lot of my life and a lot of my time trying to help the men in my life. Like, I do have a little bit of a Captain Save-A-Ho problem. I know that about myself. I'm Captain Save-A-He Him.
Name of the episode. That's a really funny.
Captain Save-A-He Him. I know that, and the thing is like it's not always. I think it's not always wanted. Like it's. I think like this night kind of cast some things into my mind, some sort of patterns that I think I do that are not necessarily the best. Because like I have relationships where like my wanting to like help a man be self-actualized is like basically our entire dynamic. We're like, I have close friendships where like literally if I get 3 drinks in me, I'm just like, what do you want to do with your life? How can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you do stuff? And like I devote like a lot. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I do that. I don't know.
I think you have empathy, and I think you also see you are able to see things in people and contextualize people's gifts for them in a way where they can digest it. Like you do that for me a lot. I think you're able to see people's strengths and where their own roadblocks are and present that to them in a way that isn't judgmental, that isn't mean, that isn't degrading, but is based in love and also helpful.
But it's like I sometimes wonder, it's like, do I try to help every person from my childhood? Because I feel like that if I do that, I will be able to reach through time and somehow also help myself.
Yes. And because it also makes you feel like, well, then you've earned their love.
Oh, no, you're right. Oh, fuck.
And that you're worthy of their love because you've proved it through your productivity.
That is true. Because when I was a kid, I very much like entertained the fantasy of being like, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be famous and successful, and then everyone will be sad about, you know, being normal and having normal preferences in people and like being like, you know, children or whatever, like, you know, fine. Yeah. And the thing is like the older I've gotten, the more I've realized that revenge fantasy is like not satisfying to me. It's not satisfying. It's not fulfilling. It's not even something I want anymore. It's not even something like I don't like, to the point where like I don't feel good even thinking about wanting that. Like that's how like I don't want,
because it doesn't actually make you happy.
no. And it has never made me happy. And this is like not the first time I've talked to someone who I've known from a long time ago and been like, hey, how are you doing? And like I've been like, how can I help you?
Yeah.
And like, but the thing is like I don't want, I just want them to already be okay. Like I just want them to already be okay. It was so funny.
You want them to already be okay and also then like choose you.
Yes.
Not in a romantic way, but choose the choose the relationship. Choose to continue to have a, not romantic, but friendship, whatever, connection, right?
It's like yes and no. It's like not, it's like yes and no. Like,
I don't mean with this man specifically. I mean with the Captain Save-A-Ho fan. Like that is somebody who also has a Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah, and but honestly, it was so funny. It was so funny talking to this man because like, it's funny that I started out in life being like, I want to show people that I am better than them. And now it's like, now what I want is to show them that I find is for them to remember that they're special.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That is what I want. That is what I want more than anything. And like that, it's like.
And that I think is you healing the inner child in you.
I can't believe it. Therapy is paying off.
I think that's like that desire to want to show them and take away the feeling that you probably also had as a kid of unworthiness and this and that.
Yeah.
That and say, there's light. Look at me. I'm proof. Like you're not. I saw you in such high regard. I assumed you were gonna be in this position when we were this age now. You don't have to feel this way.
And you still are.
And you still are.
And you still are, and you still should be. And it's like,
and you want to take that feeling away from them. That's a completely empathetic and understandable thing.
But it's so bizarre because
It
it's
is.
not where I thought, it's not how I thought the evolution of it would be.
Of course not.
It's not what I thought, because like now it's like, no, it's like now I'm hoping that because I am like big and tough and cool and popular, that like my opinion matters enough that it will help.
Right.
That's what I want.
But ultimately, I think even if you go back, even if you play the logical game of you go back and you tell younger you, you're worthy, you're special, you're everything that you think you aren't, she's not gonna believe it.
No, she'd be like, who's this fat bitch? How'd you get in my house? You look like my mom. I do not like that.
I don't trust you.
I don't trust you.
No, I mean, but you know, she's not going to believe it. She's not going to believe it because you said it. She has to believe it herself.
I know.
And it's the same thing with the men. They won't believe it unless they won't believe you. They have to believe it themselves.
I know.
So no matter how many bricks of self-confidence you try and build for them, their own perception of themselves and their failures and their this and their that. Thank you, late stage capitalism.
But I hate that.
Of course.
I hate it.
Of course. You have sympathy.
It makes
you have
me
empathy.
so upset.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this from it's not like I feel bad for, it's more just like, no, this is wrong. Like this is not.
Objectively,
this
I know.
Is objectively wrong. I
No,
don't
yeah.
I mean, it's so funny because like it's.
But that's also the difference between somebody like that's also kind of the same principle of like the difference between somebody who makes it and who was good enough to make it. Like what's the difference between the two people? Sometimes the one who makes it just had the luck and the determination, right? And it's like and it sucks because there's no, it's not fair. It's not equal. It's not justified. And I think as comics, we have a justification thing. Like I know I have like a deep sense of like I yearn for justice. Like when I see unfairness, it makes me so angry because objectively I know it's wrong. And in people, it's the hardest because you're like, why do you feel that way about yourself? It's not justified. There's so many people who think you're amazing, who I talk to, who love you, look at your work.
That's what I was saying. I was just like literally, I was like, listen, dude, I have been talking to comics all weekend. who talk about you reverently, who adore you. Like, you are a well-loved person.
Yeah.
Like, the trail that led me here was lit by a path of comics talking about how you're a really great guy.
Yeah.
Like, I would not have, like, if one person had been like, don't do that, I would have been like, nope, going to the diner grill again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like that's...
But the little voice in that person's head is never going to quiet because of those things
I
that
know.
you're
Well,
saying.
so here, okay, I have two things to add to that. So, like, the first thing is that, like, the other bad thing I do is that, like, I was talking to, like, one of this person's friends who was just like, yeah, you know, like, we're both losers. And I was, in that moment, I was like the fucking fat Terminator. I was like, you shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up right now. I was like, no. I was like, I'm starting a fucking fight in this bar. I was like, absolutely not. I was like, you stay away from that man. He is a problem. No.
I mean, I think also too, like there's half of this I think is for you realizing that like those the old reason of like the Captain Sabaho thing like doesn't actually fulfill the thing that you want it to, and the look at me, I'm better than you also doesn't fulfill it. And there's a middle ground between the two. I think the beauty of, and you do this with me, you are everybody's cheerleader in such an amazing way when you don't have to be, right? And that's really special. And like and people like lean on you in that way. And I think to be needed but like that is really beautiful, and a way that you show love that most people aren't able to, and do it in a way where others can receive. So as much as it may or may not make an impact in this man's life, this is a innate part of you that you shouldn't necessarily lose, and
yeah,
be
and it's
proud
not like
of.
a lie. Like, I'm not lying to anyone. Like, trust me, I will ignore you if I don't think I have no problem ignoring you.
You're honest. You're honest. You're very honest, and you deliver honesty in a very loving way.
That's really sweet. You know, it's so funny. Actually, so I should tell you something weird that happens to me on the road. It's happened to me probably like, I would say in over 10 years, probably dozens of times. People, when they meet me in person, people will come up to me and they'll be like, oh, you're so beautiful. Like, I don't think people understand how beautiful you are in person. And it's like, in the beginning, I was just like, so I'm ugly on camera? It's like, I don't understand what they mean. But it was just, but like, it's a thing that happens all the time where people will say that and they'll be like, huh. Like, and it's.
And do you internalize that?
No, not at all.
To my point,
But
it does not matter how many times somebody will tell you something. No. You have to believe it.
Like, even when I'm saying to you out loud, I'm like, oh, it's a lie. Even though it's something I experienced several times in Chicago, where people would people would turn to their friends and be like, I didn't think you'd be so beautiful in person. And I'm just like, I look the same.
Self-love cannot be built by anyone but yourself.
Yeah, I know. But like, I feel like with money, we can outsource that like just a teensy bit, you know? It's like, maybe.
Sure, but at the end of the day, you still have to come back into the mirror and be like, do I like myself?
I know, but anyway, I want this man to succeed, and I don't want him to hate himself, because that just feels like, it's like, no, I have really good taste. Like, yeah, I have really good taste.
That's what I always say about with my friends. I've said this to you. I don't hang out with anybody that's not an 8, 9, or 10.
Well, proud to be a part of the Chicago 8 Club.
Girl, you're an 8, 9, and 10 in the Jessie's Club.
Thank you.
I mean, but it's true. I mean, I have great taste. I curate a group of people around me that I am fucking so proud of, and like, yeah, absolutely. I only hang out with badasses and bad bitches, period. And maybe like 2 straight guys. Like, maybe.
Well, you need bodyguards.
Yeah, exactly.
You need guys to go get stuff.
Yeah, just a different POV, a different voice in the writer's room. Like, you know, you'll get a few punchlines in, but like, it's good to have diversity in some ways. But you know,
different voice in the writer's room.
Like, that's what they're good for. Like,
DEI for him.
For him, yeah. D him.
D-he him.
Time that everybody's waited. I feel like I'm coming off my high-ass horse. Breaking news. Boo, 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 boo. Kristin turned me gay.
Okay, I did not turn you gay.
I'm kidding. Because
that also implies that I'm the one who, like, kicked it off, and that is not true. That is not.
No, just my proximity to you.
Okay. Thank you. You got it through osmosis.
Yes. You gained me up through osmosis.
Well, honestly, so people say like, oh, like people become gay, like they.
No, I'll give you. You taught me what comphet meant.
I did. Do we need to read?
You should
define that real
explain
quick? Comphet or compulsory heterosexuality is a thing that is socialized into a lot of women where they are expected. Where they define, like they basically get gratification out of fulfilling certain heterosexuality stuff. Like basically like it's like, oh, a man likes me, I feel affirmed by that.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I'm getting married, I feel affirmed by that. Like they are taught by society that like certain tenets of heterosexuality, like dating approval of men, being desired by men, marrying men, like those are all things that like give us value, and so like we find value in them based on like the value society gives us. But it's not actually how we feel and not actually like what we want. It's just, things that we're sort of socialized into wanting by society. And so comphet is basically like you like a man and because you think it's what you're supposed to do, basically.
Yeah.
You like a man because it's all you kind of know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think then that's, and so I have had whatever, my first girl crush.
Well, here's the thing. So we're going to kick this off. Don't say girl crush. Just say crush on a girl.
Okay, crush on a girl. See, guys, I'm.
Don't say, because like people love to be like girl crush because like they're trying to like basically like it's like you're usually saying no homo. You're trying to no homo.
Oh no, sorry, no. I have a crush on a girl.
You have a crush on a girl. You have sexual feelings for a woman.
Yeah. So I had and I like to preface this too that like I wish I could say that like I had an idea before, like that there was like an inkling. Like I look at women like first of all, I grew up in a very accepting household. Like there's nothing I'm named after my mom's gay best friend. Like there's nothing like in my house. I grew up around, I grew up around predominantly gay men. I will say that. There were not a lot of queer women in my life. But the idea of being queer has never been something where I'm like, oh, my parents won't understand or anything. I just genuinely like, I think I like both. Like I think that's what it is. I will also say too that like okay, let me back up. So I had an experience with I don't know if I should go into how specific.
Well, start talking about it if you feel like you need to
Okay.
bail out.
So there is this woman who I met through mutual friends who's kind of in our general circle,
Okay.
I'll say.
I think that's vague enough.
Yeah. And I do want to explain, though, what was my light bulb moment, because I do think that is funny.
Okay. Honestly, I don't think she's going to care.
I don't think she watches either.
I don't think she watches. I don't think she's going to care.
She's a comic. We were on a show together, and it was a rough show, and it was a rough room. And I was, of course, berating them. I was at the audience. I was like, are you guys dead? Like, what the fuck is this an AA meeting? Like, I was having fun with it, and all the comics were laughing, whatever. And then she goes up, also has a rough set, a little bit better than mine, but still pretty rough. And she gets off stage, and I was like, yeah, good set. And she looks at me and she goes, should I kill myself? And I don't know why, but I was like, that's hot. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Because I think that, like, she kind of took the words out of your mouth a little bit. I think that, like,
maybe, yeah.
I think
but it was
she
also
said,
just, like, such a funny thing. She's like, should I quit comedy?
Should I kill myself?
She literally said, should I kill myself? Should I quit comedy?
Because it was funny in the exact correct way that you wanted and needed to be funny in that moment.
And also very up my alley in terms of my sense of humor.
Yes.
Like being very, like, brash and like
I can hear her saying that.
Yeah,
too.
it's so funny. Yeah, and I was like that, and I was like hot, very hot. I was like that, and it something just clicked, and I was like, oh, this is different. Like this is not something I've really been conscious of or like aware of. Like I still like guys. I mean, that's still I'm still going on.
Welcome to bisexuality.
Yeah, I guess so. Here we go.
Welcome to being Here's the thing about being bisexual that you will learn. You'll go through periods you're like, no, I'm only one or the other. Because like your brain will be like, I'm only into men right now. Or sometimes your brain will be like, I'm only really into women right now. Or really into one specific woman. You'll be like, maybe I'm just gay. Like your brain will constantly try to trick itself into thinking it's one or the other.
Okay,
and then
that's good to know.
you'll swing in the other direction and be like, oh. So it's like
I also just feel like in this economy, to limit yourself to a group of the sex that is being paid the lowest, is turning, like, being absolutely hateful, mongering animals. Like, why would I do that? Like, at this point, like, it is in my own best interest to widen the pool. Like I said this to you during a mid crash out a few weeks ago. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Like, it would be foolish in this economy to limit myself to the sex that is lower educated, like, not making as much, not homeowners.
Most of the school shooters.
Mostly school shooters. Like,
well, I said most of, but mostly is funny. Mostly school men are actually 75% school shooters.
Like, so I was
That's
like,
a fact.
That's a fact.
The CDC reported that.
Night school news. So yeah, I have my first crush on a woman, and I'm like gonna. I mean, I feel like a lot of the questions too we get about like bisexuality and exploring, like, I felt like, as crazy as it is to, like, you're like the second person I've told, so this episode will come out and like so, and then I'll just come out publicly because I'm like, fuck it. Also at this point I'm like, who cares? Coming out at 29, like, that's a big deal. That's not revolutionary.
No,
that's not revolutionary. I'm just dumb.
You can be both. It can be two things.
I'm just very unaware.
It can be two things. Listen, no, it's not so, like, here's the thing. Coming out.
I should have done this years ago because I would have hoped to have this revelation years ago. Do you know how much this would have helped my stand-up? I would have so much more to talk about.
Well, I mean, true, but like, it doesn't. I'm just saying, like, it's coming out later in life, I think, is like really hard because you already have a really distinct idea about who you are, and introducing a new sexuality into it disrupts that vision. Like, I've told you this before, but I came out when I was like 19, and then I kind of went back in. Like, when I was like 24, 25, I want to say. When I was like 25, I like went back in. And then I didn't really come back out again until like 31. I kind of was like, I don't think so. Which is weird. I went back in during the Obama years, which is a weird time to go back in.
Yeah. And I'm coming out during Trump, which is the weirdest.
That's the best time because, like, that's, you're increasing our numbers. But I'm saying that don't denigrate it. First of all, I've always said this. You are absolutely, as a queer person, just a first-round draft pick.
You also told that to me, and that was a real light bulb moment, too. I was like, why am I searching for scraps on this side of the fucking mile?
No, you.
What a concept.
Listen, Jesse, you could be the fuckboy.
Wow. Mic drop.
You could be the fuck. You could be the fuckboy. I don't think you understand the powers you have to be the fuckboy. Not that I'm saying you should do it.
I don't really think I have it in me, honestly.
I don't think so either, but I'm saying
I don't have the energy. I'm not that. I just don't care enough.
I think you need to go out and kiss a girl. I think you need to kiss a girl and see, like, how it goes. I think you need to, like,
we'll see.
I need to put on some pasties and a sheer shirt and go to, like, a dyke, like, dance night with, like, a bunch of, like, young hot people, and then you need to, like, dance to Robin in the corner for a little bit, and then you need to go kiss a girl. I think you need to experience.
Okay, yeah, I'll try.
Well, or whatever. I'm just saying that, like, I think that. I think it's okay to, like, kind of, like, figure out, go play, go have fun.
Yeah, go experiment.
Go experiment.
I also feel like, too, like, sexuality is fluid. So it's like, I found myself attracted to this person. She happens to be a woman. Like, I can go experiment. I can go explore. It's not like I have to have something on my head that's, like, different. Like, it's like... I just feel like
you don't want that face tattoo.
Yeah, the hilarious,
twisted.
Yeah, queer, curious.
Really, I'm gonna get really annoying tattoo on me.
Really
annoying. I want you to go. Well, okay. Here's the other thing I want to say, because you're 29. You're 29. Okay. What I don't want for you is to hit 35 and be like, I feel like there were, like, a lot of, like, young, cool, queer girl experiences that I missed out on doing. I want you to go have go yum, 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 go to, like, the Costco of dykedom or whatever, and, like, really just, like, get the 64 pack of puss. Okay? Get the crane, get the pack of puss off the fucking high shelf, and just, like. Yeah.
The thing is, too, I think I think just also being like so like choosing to be so open about it is like kind of like a very punk radical move of me, and like I just kind of feel my motto in life is like if I step into whatever I'm doing with truth, love, and honesty, I've found the universe will give what I am looking for to me.
We are such LA people.
Yeah, maybe.
When you said that, I was just like, you're absolutely right. And then I was just like...
But even in like, okay, even in somebody in the Midwest who like feels this way and like implementing this, like even like if you,
It's true,
if you
it's
see,
right. There's a reason why we have such good skin.
yeah, it's, yeah. I mean, even if you like see something that like resonates with you on your profile, on your like Instagram feed or whatever, that's like, you know, pushing you to come out. Like we say all the time, like not pushing you to come out, but like, you know, showing you media and figures that are living in their truth. Like I like to think that there's a reason that popped up on your feed, right? Like you were calling that into your space, your consciousness.
I think you've been moving in this direction for a while, but I'm never going to be someone to say like, hey, how do you feel about perhaps the fact that you are queer?
Yeah.
But I think that like, this is just the next step in a logical progression.
Yeah.
Of your figuring stuff. So I don't know. I just don't want you. Here's what I don't want. I don't want you to have this thought and then just put it on a shelf. I know
that is my fear.
I don't want you to put it on a shelf. I want you to really sit in it and marinate on it and like think about what it means for you. Because like, how do you feel about exploring this?
I feel like because it was like one of those like, it was like kind of like it wasn't like something that's like been festering or like brewing or whatever. It was kind of like a on-off switch type of thing that it feels safe to like pursue it in one specific way, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Versus like, which is crazy too, because like this is gonna come out and I'm obviously gonna talk about it like more publicly and stuff, and like I'm sure I'm gonna have like I have a several queer female friends. Like the opportunity for me to go out to those events and stuff is definitely within my wheelhouse. And like, I think I just have to, I think as this starts to become something that I am more comfortable talking about outside of the walls in which I've done it, like I will have the opportunity to make the decision to go out to those things. And I think to your point, I have to try. And not just like silo myself to like one thing. Because if I do that, I think it's going to taint what this is.
Because what I don't want is for you to be like, I have a crush on someone and like they don't want to go out with me, so I just ignore this for the rest of my life.
Right.
Because like, you know, I want you to have those experiences, and I want you to
even if it's just, I think also too, the one thing about me too is even if it is to try, right?
Yeah,
like,
you may not like it. You may be like, I don't like some of this stuff, or I don't know how I feel about this stuff yet. But it's like, here's the thing: straight people don't have crushes on people of like straight people don't think these thoughts. It doesn't occur. It doesn't occur to them.
Yeah,
it doesn't occur to them. You know, because I think like the people who are just like everyone's a little gay. It's like no, everyone isn't a little gay, but you are.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like yeah. So the fact that like you're thinking this. Worth pursuing.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. I'm really happy for you, and I'm really excited that you are coming out on a podcast.
It's crazy. No, this is like one of the most like this is totally me too. Me too, hilarious. No, this is totally my vibe though. It's like come out with like an earth-shattering like image shifting thing like on a public platform. Like my mom watches the podcast. This is how I'm coming out to her.
Really?
She will, yeah. Hi Mom.
I would tell them.
I know you're just gonna text me you're proud of me. I know I love you too.
I would tell them before.
No. This is how I'm doing it.
All right, I tried. Mom.
My mom's literally not gonna care. She's gonna be like, bring her over.
I know, but I just no. It's not the being queer part. It's more the finding out via podcast part.
My mom's an actress. She's going to appreciate this. She's going to love this. I know her. I know Terry. Love you, Mom.
Terry. Okay, Terry, I tried. Okay, this is all you're finding out. This is not my idea, so my hands are clean.
She will also
I don't want
appreciate
Terry
that.
not like me.
My parents love you. By the way, they're dying for you to come over for dinner. Like, I've been trying to hold them at bay.
Bring me over.
They're a lot. I just wanted you to be like, you know.
I know they're a lot. I've met you.
Okay. They want you and Brie over for dinner.
Well, fine.
Yeah.
All right.
They were going to cook Persian food. Yeah.
This should be a topic for another pod, but we should talk about how like intense female friendships are very much a
sapphic.
Yeah. Do you know how many intense female friendships? This is You know what's so amazing? This is the first female friendship I've ever had. It's a very close female friendship where there wasn't like some undercurrent there.
Yeah.
Like, which is like, honestly, thank God.
I mean, you really are like the sister that like God gave me.
Same, you're like my little sister.
You're literally like
and I'm
this.
so happy.
I'm so happy. Like
that
I
makes
think
me really happy. My brain is doing that because most of the time I'm just like, if I make a close female friend, I will fall in love with them, and it is a problem, and it happens every time, and it's like, which I realize I'm unintentionally revealing things about myself, and yeah, if whatever you think I'm implying here, I am implying that. So like, fucking whatever, relax. But
Yeah.
No, but like, it is such a relief to not be in love with you. Anyway.
Well, I love you so much.
I love you too.
Platonically. Okay, we should do some advice questions. We got some steamy ones.
We got some steamy advice questions.
Low key.
Okay.
They're all very kind and sweet. Everybody's awesome.
That's sweet. I love it. What are the? Oh my God, it's so funny. Whoa! Oh my God. Oh my God.
The first one is
oh my
crazy.
God. The first one is wild. The first one is maybe
the funniest one you've ever gotten. I had to bold the actual question.
This isn't a real question, right? This is absolutely not a real question.
This might be. This might be. I mean, I don't know. It's so insane. I'm like,
no, this is not. You think this is a real question?
Okay, fine. Let's keep it.
Well, here's the thing. We're gonna read it because it's funny. We'll
Okay.
read it. We'll read it. This is, to be clear, this is obviously not a real question.
Why else would you submit? You could submit this anywhere. Why would you submit to us?
Because a man wrote this. A man wrote this.
Oh.
Probably a man I know. Actually, I think I know exactly what man I know who wrote this. Yep, I know exactly.
Guys.
A man wrote this. But anyway, this is not. I'm gonna read this question that Jesse thought was a real question. This is absolutely a man being stupid. Okay. Black beans are allegedly healthy, but it sounds like a motorcycle is backfiring every time I fart. I just want them beans, baby. For my health. I'm trying to eat less rotisserie chickens. We're gonna run out of rotisserie chickens. We gotta be close to running out of rotisserie chickens. Anyway, how do I end my marriage of 17 years? You thought that was a real question? Jesse, is this your first day online?
I just thought like they were nervous and like they were like trying to be funny, and then they were like, "Wait, no, this is the real tea."
No.
Okay, not a real question. Guys, stop it. I'm too nice. I really thought you needed help.
What did you think they needed help with?
How to end their marriage? What do you mean? How they said it? How do I end my marriage? They didn't have the
You
guts.
just thought they wanted to like dilly dally around. It's like a preamble about like
yeah.
what. Anyway, we're moving on. We're moving on to an actual real question.
Okay, I don't think we've answered this, but stop me if we have. Hi, Kristin. Hi, Jesse. How important are finances in a romantic relationship? How do gender roles impact the financial dynamic in your experience? I, female, 28, make 3 to 4 times more than my boyfriend, male, 30. He also has $100K in student loans. He's finishing his PhD and has a career trajectory, but I know he will be paying off these loans for at least 15 years, if not more. I recognize my privilege in this situation. My parents paid for my school, and I got extremely lucky getting the job that I have. I'm getting a lot of pressure from my family to find someone else who can match me financially. This is contributing to my doubts about if we can make the financial situation work. I think if the genders were swapped, I wouldn't be getting the pressure from my family. It would be expected for me to support my partner. Financially. Do you think we can make it work without significant resentment in the long term? What about kids? Love the podcast and love you both. Thank you. We love you too.
Okay, the thing is, I kind of have 2 answers for this. Here's what I don't want to happen. What I don't want to happen is for you to support this man while he gets his PhD, and then as soon as he gets his PhD, he leaves you. Because that is a very, 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 very common story. It happens all the time. Yes. Where like women will support men while they're getting some sort of advanced degree. They'll support like a PhD. They're while they're in medical school, while they're in law school.
Oh, actually, now that you're saying this, I do know.
This happens all the time, and so I'm saying I don't want to be a person who like denies your agency or puts a pall on like a good relationship. I'm just saying, from someone who's 41, who has been around, this happens a lot. So what I would like to introduce to you is the idea of, can this man get his PhD on his own, or does he need you to get the PhD? Because if he needs you to get the PhD, I would be kicking the tires in this relationship expeditiously. I would be absolutely looking at it from every angle. Is this a relationship that makes you feel warm inside? Is it a relationship that holds you, that fulfills you, that makes you feel like you're home with family? If that is true, then go with God. This is a partnership, and you build a partnership together. If that is not true, then get the fuck out. Get the fuck out right the fuck now. Let me put it this way. You should not be in couples counseling with a man whose PhD you are funding.
Yeah, and is she funding it, or is she just supporting his
Well, that's the thing.
life?
That's the first question. It's like, can this man get his, because like if there's a financial disparity, fine, whatever, you can work through that. But like, are you actually making it so this PhD is possible?
Yeah, because if that's the case, then this is, I hate to tell you this, girl, but this is doomed.
You need to run.
You can't.
But
as we said earlier in the episode, you can't force a man to achieve his dreams or make him believe in himself. I think even more so, I worry that resentment will grow.
It will. And to be clear, if this man can get his PhD without your financial assistance, he's just broke, or he's just he's lower income.
I think that's a good
that's
distinction
different.
to make. Yeah,
that's a different situation. What I'm asking is, are you the reason why this is happening at all? And have you kicked the tires on this relationship in such a way where you feel satisfied by it, where you feel held and home by it?
I think she's saying that right now she's not having to support him, but it would be expected for me to support my partner financially, after he gets his PhD.
That is gender. But here's the thing: the reason why those gender roles are in place is because men have more privilege than us.
Yeah,
and I get that, you're trying to say I have more privilege than he does, but it's like, I would like to gently push back on that, because your lifetime earnings, by virtue of the fact that you are a woman, are always going to be limited.
Yeah.
And so I don't want this man to drain you for the next decade. And I don't want you to feel like I don't want this man to listen, I don't know you or this person. This could be a very good relationship.
Also, what is he going to be earning once he gets his PhD?
Yeah, what's he getting his PhD in? English Lit? What's his PhD?
Yeah, if he's getting his PhD in film, we might need to reassess this.
It's just the thing that really makes me nervous is,
you're also so young. You're 28. Why are you thinking about kids?
Well, 28 is not too young to think about kids.
Okay.
28 is not too young. I mean, I know it seems young for you because you're 29. But it's not. Actually, 28 is fine to think about kids. People,
free yourself.
I know. 28 is not too young to think. I'm not worried about that. It's more I think that you're worried about. I don't want this man to use the language of wokeness and the language of therapy to manipulate you into a bad situation. Mm-hmm. I think that's super common. I think that women are just well, I want to be I want to be mindful. I'm seeing a lot of language here that makes me think that you're trying to be mindful of power dynamics and privilege and gender and stuff like that. But I'm telling you that you are a woman, which means that you are at fundamentally disadvantage to a man. That's just the situation. And you can try to fucking outwoke your own brain into thinking this is some sort of you're leveling the playing field. I don't care about whether or not you think that a breakup is problematic or not.
I also think too, if just holding agency for both sides, let's say he's getting his PhD. So the thought is that he's going to continue to work after, he has a career trajectory. He's going to work and have, there's a reason he's getting the PhD, right? I think if there's financial disparity and you wanted to have a career, you were not interested in being a housewife and looking for a partner that, might be interested in being a stay-at-home dad, or, the dynamics of your relationship were kind of evenly distributed in that way, and that he would be the one maybe doing more childcare while you work. I mean, that's obviously not probably going to happen when you first have a child, but that's not what this sounds like. Like, he's getting his PhD so that he can have a career trajectory. There will always be this disparity. And so I think it's just about considering, like...
Kick the tires.
Yeah.
Kick the tires. I think you need to do a serious evaluation of this. Kick the tires. If you feel at home, then what we have to say doesn't matter. The fact that you're asking this question makes me think that maybe you don't feel at home, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the fact that your family is like, hey, this is weird, unless there's some sort of like cultural situation there that I'm not grokking, like unless like there's like something, there's like some sort of external like factors. But yeah, anyway, that's my feelings.
Like, if he wants to be a stay-at-home dad, he should stop getting the PhD.
He should. If he wants to be a stay-at-home dad, then he should.
Which, by the way,
honestly,
King, be a stay-at-home dad. We need more stay-at-home dads.
we do need stay-at-home dads. Stay-at-home dads are like, that's a valid career choice, and I think that like a lot more men should consider that. In my
I
opinion.
100% agree. More men need to be stay-at-home dads.
Honestly, more men need to be stay-at-home dads. Be good at like emotionally nurturing children.
Like I think it's so important. I think like honestly, maybe that's like the new like male archetype hero needs to be the stay-at-home dad. Like, we need to start uplifting. Like, that's what we need to see in media. Like, that's the new Captain America.
I agree.
Captain Stay-at-Home Dad.
Captain Stay-at-home Dad.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about the podcast. That's the #1 way podcasts get around. Leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at Night School Pod and on TikTok at Night School Pod. Also, leave us an advice question, tinyurl.com/nightsschooladvice.
I'm on stand-up tour. I'm going back to Massachusetts this June. I'm going to be in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and Springfield, Massachusetts on June 5th and 6th. Go to KristinChirico.com. That's where my mailing list is. It's also where all my stand-up stuff is. Sign up for my mailing list. Okay, I love you. Kisses. Bye.
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 We also have a huge announcement coming
we
soon.
do have. Oh yeah, if you've watched this long, we have a huge announcement coming up.
Huge.
We have a very, very big announcement coming up. We're very excited about it, and we can't say it yet, but it's a big one.
Like insane.
We're really excited.
We're so excited.
We're super excited.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.